Okay, dear students, now we're going to talk of neutral situation. Now, what do you mean by neutral situation pictures? As I've told you, different pictures emit a different kind of emotions. हर पिक्चर एक अलग प्रकार का एक रूप दिखाती है और आपसे रिएक्शन की उम्मीद करती है. दे वांट एक्सपेक्ट अ रिएक्शन फ्रॉम यू. तो आपको उस चीज को समझना है. Why I have to do this? What is the benefit of it? जैसे मैंने आपको पढ़ाया नेगेटिव एक्शन में आपको अंत में कहानी के उसका हल कर देना है. इसी तरह नेगेटिव सिचुएशन में भी बताया. पॉजिटिव एक्शन में आपने उसको बीच में इस्तेमाल करना है. पॉजिटिव सिचुएशन में कहानी का अंत में यूज कर लेना है कि इस तरीके से ये हासिल हुआ कर सकते हैं. ये देखिए कोई रूल नहीं है, बट दिस इज अ लॉजिकल फॉर्मेट which will help you out of hot blockage in your mind. आपके दिमाग में कभी कभी विचार रुक जाते हैं, उसके लिए बनाया जाता है. आप सोचते हैं कि मैं 10-20 स्टोरी कर लूंगा या कर लूंगी और उसके बाद में कुछ करूंगा और कुछ छोड़ दूंगा, मतलब वहां पे हो जाएगा. ऐसा नहीं है. 4-5 स्टोरी के बाद अचानक आपका दिमाग बंद हो जाता है. इसीलिए आपके दिमाग को तंदुरुस्त रहना है कि आपके पास विविध सोच हो. यू शुड हैव वैरायटी टू थिंक and also in a balanced way. You should write all of them. Is it clear? I've told you in the earlier videos also, one stupid story can cost you your selection. One stupid writing of a story with a very illogical frame of mind can catch you off guard. And many a time when you write such depressive, philosophical, trying to be too grand to people without being just mindful and natural, you look like a nuisance. And you sound like a nuisance and you behave like a nuisance, and the result is a nuisance. So don't do that. Is it clear? So here we go down to neutral situation picture. Now in neutral situation picture, it's written PPT, it is not, it is for you to understand. In neutral situation picture, what is very important is that they will give you a picture which will be neutral, but it will be very difficult for you to understand. Now you're seeing two people's legs hanging. Now some of you will think it's ghost who walks. No, no, no. Phantom, leave phantom apart, leave other thing apart. Right, natural thing. It seems that you've gone down to a village and you had mangoes and then you used mango, you decided to get the mangoes down, you had a problem, you could not find out what to do. Then what you did was, you created with the help of a rope which you had, you created a small bag kind of situation and closely put the mangoes so that they do not break and they reach down. Yes, can be. It can also be in terms of using some trick and getting the mangoes down. That also will consider as a good quality because you are using your brain. After all, army officers are there to use brain with proactive thing, with day to day, so that they can really help in functioning of the troops. It is not this that we don't want silly people showing strength. We don't want gym body fellows who are only talking of gym. We want people who are able to think clearly, who are able to think in different dimensions. They're not able to do well. So remember that. So here you can think of people having mangoes because they climb up the branch and do that. You can also think of some kind of, there's, what do we call that? Jackal. One few jackals are moving, so they went and climbed the thing, and from there they did this and solved the problem. You want to make somebody from outside, you can say, so and so he saw two people calling for help, sitting on the branches, so he helped and he identified and he made sure that the jackal is shot dead and the people are safe in the area or caught in case you want to make it as a forest official, right? So these things can be written and should be written. That is why these stories are being told to you. So they are neutral and they can talk about your visit. They can be something which is natural. Okay. Now see, in this, there is a person lying down. Some people will deliberately make him that he is very ill. There can be some people who can say that he was sleeping, he got up and then he covered up. Now in neutral situation, I want to tell you, they give you situations which are from your day-to-day life, from your personal life. And from there they identify how you write your heart out. You know, this thing is very common that you must have slept with the mobile on and window, and you're in the morning you got up and you realize that there were many messages in the mobile and you have to go for an important thing. You had become a little late, so you immediately did this, and somehow reached in time. This can also be a story. Any story which shows a sense of responsibility, a sense of message, sense of complete thing is a story. So it can be that the person was sleeping, then in the morning he put on the alarm, and at around 5:36 when the birds came chirping, he got up early, and he had slept late, or within 2 hours, 3 hours he got up, and then he rushed up for his so and so activity, which can be anything, can be annual function preparation or anything, maybe exams or board exams that studied. There are times when you also take half naps because you have to cover a lot of course. And how you did that, you can write a story here. Right, so these are simple stories, you don't have to dramatize them. That is why neutral stories are there to decode you, to find out you. Now in a neutral story, like a dramatized story, doesn't a psychologist feel that you are necessarily pretending? I'll tell you two things. There are two kinds of people. One good, one negative. Yes, majorly. But there are also a third kind of people. That is, who pretend to be good, but they are neither good nor bad. They tend to hide themselves. They tend to look good, though they are bad. Or they try to look bad, though they are good. Now these kind of people are there because they have learned from circumstances and they have become like this. So what is very much understandable here is that you have to identify that in neutral situation, they give you pre-day situation which are from day-to-day life to identify your reaction, and from the stories identify you. See, in this, it is they are stopping a car. Now that can be because they have to stop a train. Stop a truck because they have to go somewhere and somebody is having emergency, can be written. You must have stopped few times. You must have realized that somebody has done something wrong. Then also you stop. Or sometimes you want help and you use the truck only to solve your things. Maybe that you got late for exams and you went and you found no other convenience. So what you did was you immediately told the truck driver to drop you to the nearest crossing from where you can get easy metro or whatever connectivity. So these kind of stories can be written to show your presence of mind. There are many times when you must have got stuck in a highway, then you took a lift in the truck, right? So these can be used, and this can show how intelligently used. There may be a possibility that a small accident has happened, so then you use the resource of the truck, and then you use other things. You use the rope of the truckman and other thing and pull out the car, can be written. So neutral action is basically desiring you to write a story which speaks of your personality and your day-to-day reactions, possibly go into your unconscious and find out things from your past which you have learned as lessons. Whenever you observe anything in your life, you record it as lessons, and these lessons become your part and parcel of your personality. I hope, is it clear? So this is very important. These observations are very important. And then they become the spine of your personality. They become the directions. आपका व्यक्तित्व कई अनुभवों से बनता है, और कई अनुभव जब आपको इंप्रेस कर देते हैं अच्छे तरीके से, बल्कि कभी कभी सतर्क भी कर देते हैं कि कैसे बच के रहना है, तो भी आप सीखते हो और इससे आपका पूर्ण व्यक्तित्व का विकास होता है. तो ये बात को याद रखिएगा. Now again there is a picture of two people sleeping. Now some people may decode it very wrongly as any other thing. Some people may decode it in a negative way कि illness हो गया. Some people will neutrally realize it that they were sleeping in the drawing room. Finish and take wherever the picture you want. Ravi and so was sleeping in the drawing room, suddenly heard a voice, and then you can take the picture wherever you want. Or so and so was sleeping, then he suddenly got up, he immediately woke his wife because they have to go today, and then they do this, wherever you want to take the picture. So neutral gives you freedom to express yourself. Do that. Now here, it's a very cool, normal thing of person seeing a TV and listening. You can make a person is listening in an important news come, and then he reacts. You can take the picture. You can also tell that he did this, and he was seeing the TV, suddenly phone rang, then he remembered, because they've taken you to the home. In home, you are relaxing, but you are in alert mode. And what you do there in home, mostly your kind of activity. And you react to it also. So you can write a story in there. Is it clear? There are many things which can come. I am just helping you to guide you how to take the picture rightly, so that you can write yourself. Don't copy ideas. Write your own self. You will be able to do it. I am trying to be your guide. Hope it helps. Now this again is a negative. A small boy is hugging a small. Now there are some people who will take it. He's a criminal. He used to take the girls away. Why are you creating a negative? It can be a elder brother who explains to his younger sister. Or there can be a teacher who, now you will take this teacher as a person who lures children. Why? You can make this teacher as a person who really helps. That also can be written. So you're getting the point that these all stories can speak volumes about you. So these are neutral situations, they can take you. Let's go further. Now these are two people going on a cycle. Very common thing. You were going to your place to get your stationery. What you did, you had some problem. How did you solve? Story. You went to school, in middle way this happened, and you were going in cycle. Story. You had to go for an emergency. Your so-called, these scooties were not working, and you had no other option. You took a cycle and you went there. Story. So you get a lot of ideas. So you can use this. Is it clear? Everyone clear? Backbenchers, please. Right. So keep listening, because in the back, when people sit in the back, they have two things. They are very good learners because they are cool and calm and learning from there. And sometimes they go away into the sky, fly, fly, fly. So don't do that. Please pay attention to what is being taught. Reason being, it will only open up your vision. I'm not a genius. I'm just a simple guide. So hope you can pick it up from there. Now here again, there are two people walking, young couple. Now this can be a story where you are picked up something in a neutral way, where you have written something when you saw a picture of your parents and you wanted to write, rather than looking those old-fashioned things, you want to write about how you took up a photograph of their past and used it and gave them for an anniversary. Can be written. What more can be written? That often they went there and sat, so good memories were there. They used to sit down. There can be a couple who goes and sits down in the garden and solves their problem because they have a crowded people. There are times when you also have crowded situation and you want to, just solve few things, important things. You go down to the garden and solve it and come back. Yes or no? So there can be many number of stories. You don't have to write a utter romantic, girls, boys, both. Don't have to write a utter romantic story just because a boy and girl is so. It can be taken as a comrade. It can be taken as brother, sister. It can be taken as cousin. It can be taken as people who are working for some purpose. And they work together. Write stories. Have I clear? No doubts with this? It can be that he escorted, she was not feeling well also. So he took her out for a breath and then helped her with medicines, whatever. Yeah, you do that, don't you? Okay. Now we come down to another situation where there's a person looking worried. Maybe he's picked up a small injury, can be taken. But when it is neutral, you can understand that day-to-day life it happens. Somebody picks up something. There was this boy, he got bitten by some bad insect and he's suffering. So these kind of things happen and the sister sees and helps. That can be a simple story. It can be a simple story about the boy also. If you want to write that he beared it and his sister asked, he said not to worry. He has other things, he's already taken the necessary. All these kind of thought process of any action which is simple but has a connotation of bravery or anything for that matter. It can be anything. So now it is for the psychologist to decode those qualities. But if you want to showcase them in window that this is the quality and that is the quality, I'm sorry to say they will take it as a melodramatic system and the possibility of your selection will go weaker. So let them decode, but write something which is relevant, which is neutral, which is practical, and which is from day-to-day life. Now you can't make a hula baloo, means don't make a huge sound of something unnecessarily. Make it normal, reasonable. That's healthy psychology. I hope everybody's picked it up. And the situation, there is a person and there's a person going away, very normal thing. Now you have many a time when you see off your friend, or you realize your friend has forgotten something, or you realize that the weather is not good and he has gone out, so immediately you take precautions. You have this proactive thought. I was talking to one of the boy and we were doing an activity and he had a proactive approach. That would you like this also? Would you like? Now this signifies that the person has a thinking mind. You know, small actions also signify that a person has a thinking mind. You're washing your hand and somebody is saying you would like a towel thereafter. That means he's thinking further. So if you have a thinking mind, that means you have a proactive thought. If you have a proactive thought in small manner or a big manner, it's okay. It is acceptable. But it should be practical and relevant to the picture shown and to the story you are writing. If you are having a proactive approach, now what is proactive approach? Proactive means you have the you have the sense of visualizing beforehand of what can be the different solution and how that situation can be well conducted. So this is a beautiful thing because this speaks enormous of your intelligence, speaks enormous of your planning, speaks enormous of your quality that you can handle. Clear? Okay. So I hope you've got all these pictures. So you've learned something out of this. These are few neutrals. You'll have numerous of them. There are many coming to us and we are trying to solve them one by one so that you can learn something from the different. God bless you. God bless you. Great success. Young bloods, do well. Jai Hind.